We loved our stay at Maverick Ranch RV Park in Hoodoos, Texas.
It was our favorite park of the year.
This full hookup campground is located in proximity to Big Bend National Park,
And Big Bend Ranch State Park.
and it had nice large sites in this beautiful setting, and we really enjoyed this buddy site that we shared with a friend of ours.
They do have a big activity area with a big game room as well as a TV room, and then a big large laundry room and a swimming pool that sadly was not heated.
You can also use all the facilities over at the Hoodoos Golf Resort with a bunch of shops, a restaurant.
Also, a physician assistant that you can see if you get sick because the park is located in the middle of nowhere.
Even if you're not a golfer, it's a lot of fun to rent golf carts.
We rented them for about $30 for the day and spent several hours driving around the golf course and looking at some amazing views of the Rio Grande River.
One of our favorite parts of this campground was that it was directly adjacent to Big Bend Ranch State Park.
And this state park is bigger than all the other state parks combined in Texas. There's tons of hiking trails, and this one that we went on was the Hoodoos Trail, which is an easy 1.5-mile hike through Hoodoos Rocks and right up to the Rio Grande River.
We also enjoyed another pretty short, I think just barely over a mile round trip hike into the Slot Canyon. And it was so amazing to be able to hike right through these really tall cliffs.
Right behind the RV park, you can hike some of the Big Bend Ranch State Park trails. This one was a very challenging hike up to the Texas Badlands.
The challenging part of this hike was that it was a very narrow trail that wasn't marked very well, but it was worth it.
Across the street from the campground was another challenging hike. It was 1 mile flat and then 1.5 miles almost straight up.
But the reward at the end was worth it. You could see the big bend of the Rio Grande River. Driving about 40 miles away from the campground is when you finally get to experience Big Bend National Park, our favorite national park.
The first hike we did there was the Lost Mine Trail, and it goes up into the Chisos Mountains, and it has some amazing scenery.
Then we did a hike down into the Santa Elena Canyon, and you walk right along the Rio Grande River, and you often get views like this of folks who go on multi-day trips along the river. There's also a border crossing in the national park at Boquillas. You go across the river in a rowboat, and then you can ride donkeys or horses into town. In the little village of Boquillas, they have a lot of stalls selling their handmade goods, and you can also have lunch overlooking the river. And then you can finish it up back on the U.S. side at some hot springs that also look over the river.
Just about every night there were amazing sunsets, but the best part was after the sun went down and the amazing stargazing. We could see the Milky Way almost every night from our RV. This is definitely a must-visit location.